wish you the best.
Thank you, Austin. Finally, I would like to introduce our faculty speaker, Sharon Alder, who will be immediately followed by Issaquah High School's Mix It Up, singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
All right, first things first. Selfie. Got it. All right. Hello, cutie pies. How we doing tonight? Welcome, family, friends, fellow educators, and of course, the class of 2016. What an unbelievable honor you have all bestowed upon me tonight. I am utterly nervous, but I'm also thankful because I'm uniquely connected with this particular class. I don't know if you remember this, but we started together. I came to Issaquah 4 years ago with you. I walked into that impressive building and shook my head. What am I doing here? I can't teach here. These kids need gifted and powerful teachers. I was so nervous. I got lost just going to the main office those first few days. I remember on picture day with my first period freshman English class, I had no idea where to go, but I walked out of the shelter of my classroom and followed where everyone else was going, and we were fine. As I look out into this sea of purple, I stop at the faces, and each one has a memory that ties to a thought that completes the story which we have shared these last 4 years. I could spend all my time tonight making us giggle at wonderful inside jokes we shared. We can laugh at the silly things I taught you or the corny and cheesy stories I told you to make you smile on a hard day or to ease a bit of tension you were feeling. But it would come nowhere near to the feelings I have for the class of 2016. I am so honored you remembered me, your strange, bubble-headed English teacher who fell in love with her crazy, at times irritating, but nonetheless cherished students. I want to share with your family and friends a few pieces of the story we have just lived. Yeah, we're going to talk about stories. You selected an English teacher to speak. If you wanted to talk derivatives and instantaneous rate of change, you should have selected a math teacher. There you go, math peeps. Stories teach us powerful lessons. If you take the time to listen to them and understand them, you can save yourself heartache and pain. You can stand on the shoulders of those who came before you and learn from them. They are the best advice I can leave you. I have no great wisdom to impart. Who's going to listen to a lady who never eats her vegetables, especially Brussels sprouts? Look, I've tried. If bacon can't make them palatable, there's no hope. So I have to move forward as best I can with our story. We started off with Haroon and the Sea of Stories, that weird, crazy tale. Oh, that I had to convince you had something to offer. Remember, it's a story of utter love. Salman Rushdie, the author, wrote it to his son because he couldn't be with him. It's a father's love and longing to be with his child. And if circumstances beyond his control made it so Rushdie couldn't get back to him, it was a final lesson from a father to his son. That lesson: your voice has value. No matter what your opinions are, no one has the right to silence them. Rushdie teaches us that there is more to us than meets the eye, to never feel you are less than. The next lesson comes from the Odyssey. We must be loyal to those who are important to us. Don't forget to tell those you love and care about them what they mean to you. Show them in your actions as well as your words. Odysseus also teaches us to be adventurous and never back down from learning something new. Like Muhammad Ali said, he who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. And things fall apart, Okonkwo. Yes, he dies. But that's not the true lesson we're supposed to take away from this irritating story. We learn from him that change is inevitable and that we can't fear it. We must embrace it and do the best we can to adapt. There is nothing wrong with change. It is a part of life, and you never know what you can possibly obtain when you embrace that change. Just look where change has led me, to you. The next chapter in our story has to be the This I Believe paper. I know it's not a story, but besides the daily journals, well, you know you miss those. This paper got to the core of you as a person, and you bravely shared that with me. I learned about the loss of a mother, the loss of a father, the hatred of oneself, and what repeated verbal abuse does to a person. This paper taught you to identify what you believe in, to put to words your beliefs, that using your voices can be a powerful tool for healing, for change, and to spread love. And speaking of love, Romeo and Juliet. Those two crazy kids. Didn't they teach us expert dating advice? No. In reality, Shakespeare teaches us that through the tragedy of these two, that to rush through life is to miss all that which is beautiful. I remember telling you at the beginning of your freshman year, these next 4 years are going to cook and book on you. Enjoy every moment. Don't leave anything on the table. No coulda, woulda, shouldas. Did you? Do you have regrets? Were there things you could have done? Were there things you would have done? Were there things you should have done? Learn from this lesson. Learn to live your life to the fullest at every moment. I'm sad to say it's short. It goes by fast. There isn't a parent or grandparent sitting in this audience that isn't shaking their head in bewilderment at how fast this time flew. And then we moved on to junior year, where the lessons were stronger and the workload was heavier. The crucible teaches us you have but one name. That name means everything. Live your life with honor. Do the very best you can, and yes, once in a while we may slip from grace, but it's okay. You can redeem yourself. John Proctor finds his honor in the end, and that is what we should be proud of, living an honorable life. The lessons we learn are what make us who we are. They add depth and soul to our life story. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn has an uneducated, crass young man tell us we need to believe in ourselves. He knew Jim was a good man, no matter what everyone around him said. He knew in his heart what the right thing to do was, and eventually he did it. Follow your heart, and you can never go wrong. Always trust in yourself. The Great Gatsby. Dreams, ladies and gentlemen. You may all say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. John Lennon sang those lines, and they tie into what Nick wants us to understand about Gatsby. It wasn't that Gatsby dreamed. It's that other things preyed upon his dream. Not to mention he tried to relive the past, which we all know is a dangerous place to be. We can get lost and lose focus. We must keep moving forward. The green light is everything. It represents our dreams. Langston Hughes says, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. There is nothing stopping you from getting what you want but the limitations you put on yourself. Dream big, class of 2016. Dream often and never let go of that dream. And as you all know, my personal favorite, To Kill a Mockingbird. There are dozens of lessons in here. Everything from respect, judging a person unfairly, to true courage. We learn about the capacity of the human race. There is good and evil out there, and we have to be able to deal with it. Losing all faith, we have to deal with that. There, I did it. There's the Alder y'all know, right? There is good and evil out there, and we have to be able to deal with it without losing all faith in humanity. You never know a person until you walk around in their shoes. And just like Boo Radley, Atticus, he was real nice. Most people are, Scout, when you finally see them. And lastly, A Raisin in the Sun. It's a perfect end cap for our story. All of the lessons we have learned in the literature that we have shared in this one simple play. It's about the spirit we all have as individuals to succeed in life, to be happy and to be loved. I can't give you a better blueprint for what you should do next. Your story has just finished one more volume in your series called Life. I have shared with all of these wonderful people gathered here supporting you, glimpses, little gold nuggets about the amazing story we have created. I could have reminisced over the peppers, the carrots, the peppermint patties, 6 white boomas, the silly names, the creepy happy birthday song, the pony story, the elephants as answers, or the elephants we ate. These things are all important part of our story and will always bring a smile to my face, possibly a tear to my eye, but at the very least, a warm memory every time I recall it. I have learned much from you. I have learned I have something to give to my Issy kids. I have love. Thank you, moms and dads, family and friends, for sharing these amazing people with me and letting them become a part of my life story. Congratulations, class of 2016. Go create your next volume.